Things to be aware of organizing eRacing Championship without race room. First, no automated leaderboard would always be labor intensive. Elimination round would be the only way to filter the winners. Having the participants adhering to the schedule would be a huge test. We need to know the task will get bigger when participants increases. Time consuming. Organizing eRacing Championship without race room, it's all need run manually to take down the participants and eliminate them from first round group to final round group. Because it is manual human labor, there bound to be human error. Manual human labor would have a price tag for the man-hours involved. New participants would never have chance. The eRacing clubs in the world will send their best racers to participate the race. But that means your championship exposure is just limited to the eRacing clubs. Why choose race room? R3E official championship have fully automated leaderboard. Participants can log in anytime to leave the fastest lap time within the qualifying period. Each of the racers already have their ranks with race room. Next, save time. You can have unlimited amounts of participants in a super short time to qualifying them to final race. Race room can cover unlimited amount of participants. We have a full automated esports ecosystem from qualifying leaderboard to broadcast AI. Besides, race room's free contents lets everyone can participate to the race.
So welcome back to eRacing Global Edition 4. Well, this is me. My name is Ami Hazik, and alongside me here in the second screen is Alistair Young. And we saw a very exciting first race here in the Copper class. We can put that out of the way for now because there's going to be a lot of inquiries for the collisions we had. We're moving on now to the Bronze class, and we'll be driving in GT4 cars. So, with that in mind, we'll now go remind ourselves what happened last time out in the Bronze class, where we had the top 3 from the last season. So there we go. Most of these guys have moved up now moved up to the Silver class. But your winner last time was Joriel Cruz, convincingly ahead of his fellow countryman Gav Quintos, with Francis Angelo Gonzalez, his fellow other countryman from the Philippines, in third. So it's a Filipino 1, 2, 3 in this championship. We'll be seeing it again this year. We'll see this season. We'll have to wait and see. So right now then, GT4 cars, a whole different kettle of fish compared to Formula 4 cars. I'm not sure if you've driven these cars before, Alistair. Have you driven GT4 in any kind?
On the sim, yes. We use it at the Axel Academy to teach people. The only difference I can think about, they're a bit heavier. They don't have as much downforce, so they'll be relying on mechanical grip, as well as they have ABS and TC, so it should be a bit more stable and a bit easier to drive than those F4s. However, they are a bit less grippy, so you need to be a bit more how should I say, a bit more precise with how you drive it, you know, less mistakes, and it's really easy to have a wiggle and the weight transfer screwing up a little bit.
Indeed, the fact that you need to carry more momentum in these cars. Let's see around this circuit right now. We're going back to, I think we hear cars who are getting ready for the server itself. Let's go back to the action here in Shanghai.
Alright, welcome to the Shanghai International Circuit here. I'm driving the DTM 2020 car on Race Room Racing Experience. I believe this is the Audi RS5. And now driving the start-finish straight, I'm going to take you for a lap around the track. Turn 1 here is tricky. You got to turn the car in first before you brake so you get some rotation. for the really, really long right-hand corners 1 and 2. And then the track dips down aggressively here for turn 3. Super difficult to get on the power. And that's the exit of turn 4, I believe. Coming up to the kink, turn 5. Look for the curb on the left for your braking point. For the hairpin here, another really difficult traction zone, trying to get on the power. Try to straighten the wheel out so you don't get too much wheel spin and oversteer. And then 2 really quick corners coming up. Critical to control the speed with your throttle here. And gently brake for the right-hand corner. And you want to take care of your tires here, because if you've overheated your tires, you'll really struggle through the double left here. Car will want to start sliding around, and then really patiently getting on the power here. Good. We're heading up to turn 11. A slow left-hand corner that leads immediately onto a slow right. Important to set yourself up nicely, because we'll be getting onto the back straight soon. First, we got a really long banked right-hand corner here. This car has so much power, you still have to be nice and gentle on the throttle. You can't just slam it down like you can in some cars there. And we finally get a little bit of a breather here on the back straight. We'll be approaching 280 kilometers before we brake for the corner at around 120 meters, right around there. And I think I missed the braking point a tiny bit, but it's alright. Very slow corner. Get the car rotated, get the car super straight for the exit. Lots of power. And the final corner coming up here, really tricky with a crest right around your turn-in point. Easy to invalidate the lap there as well if you run out a little bit too far on the right-hand side. And that was a lap of Shanghai.
These were the winners from Global Edition 3, or Global Edition American Championship, as we sometimes call it. Philippines was quickest, but it was really close, wasn't it, actually, Amo? Philippines looked like they were running away with it at the beginning, but in the end, Singapore, Malaysia ran them pretty close as well.
Yep.
Further back, Australia, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, New Zealand, and the United States, because technically they are part of the Asia Pacific, round out the top 10. On to the Teams Cup, though. Wow. And this is across all 4 classes. We really saw Sim Racing Filipinas dominate there. A really good host of points. Stratus Motorsports had some good points in gold and silver as well, but they were not able to get the Tedco X Project Mu Racing, which is a partnership between Tedco Motorsports here in Malaysia and Project Mu, which is a Hong Kong racing team. They were 3rd. Legion of Racers in 4th position. Seven Star Garage in 5th. Blue Steel Racing in 6th. Team Uncle, bit of a favourite of mine, in 7th. Rough Esports in 8th. Team Racing Line in 9th. Is it racing or racing? I'm going to call
Racing,
it.
you know, like racing JDM cars. It's a car culture thing.
Okay. Well, over my head, but I'm glad you understand it. And then Oz New Zealand Sim Racing in 10th position. All these newfangled things for you youngsters, eh?
Yep. So basically, like, if you take a JDM car, you put a lot of body kits on it with some wings and very loud exhaust. We call it racing. So yeah, I think that's where the name was derived from.
Okay, so in practice right now, Takumi Lee from Singapore is quickest so far. He's in the BMW. So this GT4 class is multi-make. It's nice to see these classes of different types of cars, because they all have different strengths and weaknesses, and to see where they play out. But often in GT4, BMW is quickest, isn't it, Amel?
Yep, and we saw that in the first Global Edition, between the pros and the AMs. We had the GT4 AM class. It was either BMW or Porsche, because a lot of those guys like the BMW for how stable it was. The Porsche, because it was kind of like an OP car, so it was a good balance between both of them. But ultimately, it was Sim Kaiwen, from Blue Steel Racing, who won it in the Porsche. So yeah, those are the car of choice, or we call it meta, most effective tactics available. It's either the Porsche or the BMW. So we're seeing here, in this case, a lot of BMWs right now.
Yeah. So second quickest at the moment, Yannick David, the younger brother of Yvan David, who'll be coming up later in Gold Class. He's in a BMW as well. Third quickest, Kent Lau, like you said, another BMW. It seems to be the BMWs are the favorite car, the choice, maybe slightly easier to drive. Adrian Fernandez, another BMW from Singapore. Momolua, though. Okay, he's now my new favorite because he's in a Lotus. It's something a little bit different.
Something that you feel a bit of a personal attachment to, I think, in terms of the brand-wise, right? Because I think you drove a Lotus before. Your day car's a Lotus, I think.
No, Armada car. Well, I mean, I do like the brand. It's a good brand. Of course, when it was Team Lotus, I headed the driver development for the Team Lotus Formula 1 team, but that was a while back. But yeah, the great lightweight cars, good fun to drive. There's some other cars out there, I think. Yeah, we go. KTM. Emmanuel's in the KTM. Is it the Expo? No, it's not the Expo.
The Crossbow.
The Crossbow, yeah. So that's a pretty good handling car. I've driven this car in the game quite a lot. I use it for coaching a lot, and that's another thing we're doing with Axel Academy. If you guys want to sign up for coaching, we do some online courses as well. So get in contact with us, and we like using the KTM car because it's a nicely balanced car. Although I think it's a bit slow in a straight line compared to the BMWs.
Yep. But it is one of the more extreme looking cars because they actually converted this from the open top car, they put a close copy on it, and then put some really, as you can see, a really extreme rear wing at the back, and called it a GT4 car. So
yeah,
really the most extreme.
That's what confuses me because the Crossbow doesn't have a top, does it? So I was like, is that a Crossbow or not? Okay, so yeah, so like you said, extreme modifications to get into GT4 class. Obviously, a little bit of this to try and make sure it qualifies, but it's there. Great handling car, just a little bit slow with the straight line stuff. Oh, look at that, Zikri, second quickest. Oh, guess what car he's driving?
Again, in fact, the top 5 right now, in practice anyway, we're not seeing the actual represented times at the moment. It's first to 6 now is BMWs. We're Porsche in 7 with Nazir Azman, and 8th is Momoloa in the Lotus with one of the KTMs where we saw just now Rio Manuel in 9th.
Yeah.
So it's a mix of brands, but for the most part, we're seeing a lot of BMWs for this season.
Yeah. Okay, so Zikri, he won a race or two in Formula 4 in the Causeway edition, the Tatus Formula 4 car. Been a bit quiet since then, didn't do so well in Global Edition 3. Let's see how he handles the GT4 car and see if he can find a bit more form. At the moment, he's about a second off the pace. And
we're seeing the drivers who were good in the previous bronze class editions up in the front right now with Edward Wong in first. We're in practice at the moment, but it's not really represented, but we can just point that out. Second is Jonathan Kumili and Zikri in third. So the usual suspects from previous seasons are now right up in front. So they might be hoping to move up a class by season's end. Let's have a look a bit at Nazir Azman. He's in a Porsche. You said the Porsche is quick, but really hard to drive. Actually, I had a go in it a couple of days ago. You turn in and the back likes to swing out quite quickly, so you have to watch that slide. But it does rotate well. So if you can rotate well, you can get on the power earlier to get those good exits. Nazir Azman then. Yep, and the fact that it's a mid-engine, rear-wheel drive car, so it has that typical sledgehammer effect, shall we say. It's not a complete sledgehammer like we see in actual Porsche 911s, for example, where the engines are right at the rear. But yeah, these cars are quite tail-happy. It could get around corners fast, and in a race where there's tyre wear, you're going to have to look out for the rear tyres because that's when they wear out the most, and you're going to have a really, really snappy car by the midpoint of the race where you don't have stops. Yeah. So, it's a pretty looking car. I like the colour scheme of that car as well. It looks really nice in red. Yeah, absolutely. That's a really nice looking Porsche. It's almost representative of the colours back when they were racing prototypes in the 70s. It looks akin to that kind of Porsche 917, I was thinking it was called, yeah. Yeah. So these cars are also, they move around a lot more. We like putting the Tatus Formula 4 car for Copper class because the cars are very, very stable and they're a nice car to learn to figure out racing lines, braking and throttling. These GT4 cars are a little bit slower than them, but they're a bit trickier to drive. They do have ABS, and I think they've got a pretty basic system of traction control, but it's a lot heavier. The weight transfer is kind of interesting, so trying to control these cars are a bit trickier, and that's why we give these cars to the bronze drivers and not really the copper drivers. Yep. And we can also disregard the fact that these cars are, inevitably much slower than Formula 4 cars. In fact, look at the fastest lap time right now is to 2:15 compared to 2:07s. But these cars are, as you said, a much trickier proposition for newcomers. So it's fitting for the bronze drivers to get these cars over drivers in copper. Yeah. So, Axel Nocom from Philippines, a young Filipino. He's seriously young. I forget his age. I think he's 9. Doing a good job to go quickest there. Yep, and the Filipino comments might be filling up right now. I'm gonna go for the stream to look at the comments. But yeah, this kid, he's also got a lot of promise. He also is now season campaigner in the bronze class. He'll be looking to go up to silver by season's end as well, if he could get the whole season together. But right now, if practice is anything to go by, he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, he is. A few of the drivers on the Zoom, we'll put them in as well as the game goes on. We've got Yevon and two Yevons actually in Zoom at the moment. So I think both the brothers there, Yevon and Yannick David are in there. The brothers from Singapore. Let's have a look at see who's out. We'll follow Yannick right now in the BMW as he goes through the. What do they call this corner again? They call it the Parabolica, I think. It's nothing like the Parabolica.
Yeah.
But they like to call it the Parabolica. But it does lead onto this long back straight. Really punches the outside front tire.
The front left, because we're turning right most of the time. And yeah, unfortunately we don't have names for the corners here, because Shanghai just prefer to keep it. The Shanghai management just prefer to keep it with just the numbers. But yeah, Parabolica would be a nice name for turn 13, because the such nature of it, like it just goes on forever before we go back onto the straight. So yeah, Parabolica would be a perfect name for that corner.
Let's see. So who else do you think, Ammo, that looks quite interesting for dark horse, shall we say? Some of the drivers who were quick last year, perhaps in the bronc class.
Looking at third place Francis Montrillo right now, which. I think I don't know why he's actually in this class right now, because he did win last season. So,
well, he won last season Copper, didn't he? So he's been promoted to bronze.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Yeah, I saw his name in Copper. So yeah, looking forward to him actually excelling in this class too. Being a bronze champion might be right up in his sights.
Okay, so he's my new favorite as well, because he's in a different car than a BMW. He's in a Lotus. Yeah, Copper champion from the previous Global Edition. Be interesting to see how he does today.
Indeed, and we got about less than a minute left to go to find out how fast some of these drivers that we picked up for the first qualifying session of the new bronze class season.
Yeah.
Here's another guy who we want to look forward to. He was third in the previous bronze class season, driving a BMW. He's also driving the Meta car. 10th right now. Probably he's not representative of how fast he could be.
Yeah, so Francis there, we called him the smiling assassin, didn't we? Because he's always smiling. But especially in the heat of the moment when the racing's getting really tough, he has this big, broad smile across his face. Really enjoys what he's doing. From the Philippines, he was very quick on occasion. Quite a regular podium finisher as well. And he upgraded him again. This is one of the drivers he also upgraded from copper to bronze. It'll be interesting to see how he does today too.
Yep, looking forward to how he's gonna do. Because in fact the top 10 right now, we got quite a few drivers who we've seen before how they perform in bronze, especially like the likes of Gonzalez, Zikri, and Matrio and Nocom.
Yeah, well, we're into qualifying now. Let's follow a non-BMW car for a change. Let's try Matrillo actually, because Matrillo is in a Lotus, and see how he goes. Take us around the lap.
All right, coming through turn 16 now. A bit of a bump there coming through the two spaceship walkways that connect through the circuit to the grandstands and the pit lane. Up to turn 1, it's a...
Oof.
Oh, well.
Messed it up.
Thank you for fluffing up that script, Francis.
Okay.
But yeah, now we're coming back to Axel. This is where the crowds from the Philippines will be watching, because he's quite a fan favorite.
Yeah, he's only 9 years old. You can see the picture with him and John Todd in the avatar at the bottom of the screen.
Very lucky kid there. Coming through turn 3 and turn 4, don't know why they actually put two corner names together, but whatever it is, that's what they laid the circuit out to be. Coming up to turn 5 and turn 6. Turn 6 is where we saw a lot of drivers clash into each other. That's one of the potential choke points. We use that in shooting games, where everyone just comes together in a big mass and it causes chaos. Through turn 7, it's kind of like the Parabolica coming out to turn 13. It's just very long, and then through turn 8 is also a very, very long corner, but it's much tighter in radius. Bumps there can easily upset the car, as Nocom goes fastest in the first sector. Coming through turn 9 and 10, flows together nicely, they connect to each other, and then coming up to now the final sector. Here comes turn 11. We saw here as well so many drivers in the copper class trying to overtake each other, but unfortunately collisions were aplenty, and we saw quite a few drivers ejected from the race because of that. Through turn 12, and then immediately connecting to turn 13 onto the 1.2 kilometer straight, one of the longest straights in the whole Formula One calendar, apart from the Fuji Speedway and the Mulsanne Straight in Le Mans.
Yeah, there's a long straight. I'll help you out here because it's such a long straight. So much more to talk about. Yeah, overtaking opportunities here.
Plenty as well, yeah, because you saw just now how two drivers, like especially Regal Dutoit in the copper class, went completely out wide on the grass there. So again, this is another potential choke point. We saw in 2018 how Sebastian Vettel got spun out by Max Verstappen actually. And now through that was after turn 15, now through turn 16, again, potential to go too wide, but there might be a few collisions along the way as well, but we haven't seen that just yet. As Nocon comes across the line now, a 2:15.2. He matches his lap time that he did in practice, and I think that's good enough for him to just settle back and wait for the times to come in.
Okay, now watching Francis Matrillo in the Lotus, a different car. The non-preferred Lotus, everyone else seems to prefer the BMWs, but excellent Sector 1, excellent Sector 2. He comes across the line as Edward Wong goes quickest,
Wow.
but Matrillo, as we're watching on screen in the black Lotus, takes pole position so far.
And a 214.4, that's the fastest time out of everyone so far this weekend. So,
Wow.
out of all of that, it is actually a Lotus leading the way. So, Matrillo, proving our punditry correct at the moment, he is on form, and in fact, he wants to go for yet another lap to actually extend that advantage.
Okay, let's see how Yannick David's doing. He's out there. He's also just started a lap. The young Sri Lankan, younger brother of Yevan. Oh, no, sorry, wrong guy. We have the wrong person in view. We have Yevin in view right now. So, yeah, we'll come back to him. Yevin starts lap. I tell you what, let's see how Edward Wong is doing. Edward Wong is on another lap. See if he can find the sectors to get pole position.
Coming up to turn 6 now, and we have not seen his time pop up yet, I think, because that's just probably a timing error. But looking good so far as Joriel Cruz in the other non-BMW car in the Porsche comes out the second, only a 10th behind Pintrio. So, race is on here. We got 3 different makes in the top 3.
Wow, good job by Joriel Cruz, Joriel Cruz's brother, so he's in P2. Henry Coe just goes second, but let's not get distracted. Let's go back to Edward Wong right now. He's on a good lap. He's gone green in Sector 1, but he's still a 10th down on Matrillo's fastest lap.
Well, that's as close. I'm fair. We haven't got his second sector time yet. A 10th, and that will a 10th off just a whisker, a 10th off Matrillo's time. That will put him second at the moment, unless he could come up with a very, very fast second sector. Oh, goes a bit wide there, coming out to turn 13. That could actually hinder his momentum coming out to the front, to the back straight. Let's see then. Where's that split time? We have not seen the split time come up yet. If he breaks it, we'll see if he actually dropped a bit of time coming from turn 13. Oh, he's gone faster. So
wow.
he actually did not hinder that. That did not hinder his progress one bit. So
wow.
Looking good here, coming into the final sector. Here we go. Up to turn 14, a 10th up. He's gone purple, and I think quite a few drivers have gone purple as well. But we're looking at Edward Wong. Committed is this guy. He really wants to have this championship, take the championship by storm.
Yeah. The young Malaysian based in the UK, I thought he got it all wrong when he went wide at turn 12, but I seem to have recovered quite nicely, and maybe that's the fastest way around the track. And that would have been a quicker time. Yes, up to pole position. He's gone quickest.
By 500ths of a second. In fact, we can write it up. It is 500th of a second. That was a clutch pole position. But wait, Matrillo comes back at him, and Matrillo takes pole position by close to 1.5 tenths.
Whew, that's close racing. Matrillo in the Lotus. He's just at the back of these graphics here in the black Lotus. Takes pole position. I don't think anyone's on a quicker lap at the moment. So tentatively, I'm going to say Matrillo on pole. Edward Wong joining him on the second row. Henry Coe and Joriel Cruz on the second row. So wow, some close racing there. Excitement all the way to the end.
Wow, that was a very, very intense qualifying session. And out of all of that, it is a Lotus, an unfancy car that's on pole position.
Yeah. So anyway, qualifying is over. We have Philippines Francis Matrillo in the Lotus, in the black Lotus on the right. He has pole position. Edward Wong from Malaysia is second quickest in the BMW. Great job by Edward Wong to get on the front row there. Kind of expected. We are at Shanghai, and it is it's getting a bit warm now for the race. race 1 of 2 for the bronze class. And you can see the track map here as well as we count down to the very start of the race. I'm going to be joined by my son, Alistair Young, as we take in commentary for the start of the race. He'll be joining us in a second. But yes, the race is about to start. The red lights are about to go off, and we are about to start race 1 of 2. Matrillo in the Lotus on the right. He's on pole position, and a slew of BMWs right behind him. The red light goes out. Oh, contact in the midfield, and cars slip by. No one has spun out. Everyone managed to survive, but for now, Henry Coe and Francis Matrillo. For Henry Coe challenging. He's on the inside through turns 1 and 2. He will take the inside. Will Francis, though, he's trying to come back at him as they go side by side. A little bit of contact between the front 2 drivers. But Francis Matrillo holds off and keeps the lead for now. And Joriel Cruz is following him through as he goes down the inside of Henry Coe.
Great move by Matrillo to get back into the lead, though, there. Just snuck up the inside of turn 3. Really nice. In these cars, there's ABS, so you don't really snag the front like you do in the DTM or the F4s. But yeah, just really nice move as Cruz goes past and 2 non-BMWs leading. This is awesome.
Yeah, the first BMW there of Henry Coe. He's in 3rd position there. He was challenging for the lead, but he slipped back and he ended up losing 2 positions. He's got another BMW of Edward Wong there in 4th position. Edward Wong did not have a good start at all, but at least he's still there. A lot of the drivers in the midfield obviously getting caught up in some action. Axel Nocom right at the back there behind Nazir Azman. So he was obviously had an even poorer start to be right at the back now. Well, not right at the back, in the midfield, shall we say. But back at the front, Henry Coe is, slides down the inside of Joriel Cruz, but Cruz fights back. They have to watch the incident points, don't they, Alistair?
Yes, they do. Bumps like that, it can range anywhere from 3 to 7 points. You don't want to be running out, like we saw in Copper. It was 5-6 drivers that got disqualified in the second race, so they do have to be careful of that.
Yeah.
You get incident points for contact and off tracks are very easy to do around Shanghai. It's one of those modern tracks with lots of runoff and not much gravel, so drivers tend to abuse it a bit more and just use up their points.
Oof, there we go. No, again, coming from way back, Henry Coe. He's got to watch that. There's a lot of those dive bombs are going to catch you out, and you could easily end up spinning someone around, and the stewards will have to look at it. There are only 40 incident points, like you mentioned, 40 incident points per race. So if you rack up those points and you go over those 40 points, you will get ejected out of the race. So people do have to be wary about that. A little bit further back from Henry Coe, you can see Mohamed Zikri right behind him. And you got the 2 David brothers, Yannick David and Yevan David, just behind them in the BMWs.
Yeah, Yevin and Yannick flying the flag in 6th and 7th, and for Stratos Racing as well. In the BMW too, like most people, but it looks like the Lotus and Porsche is coming out good here in Shanghai.
As Yevin has a couple sneezes there, but he seems to be okay. Twin brothers, really, Yevin and Yannick, in the midfield. A bit further back, Axel Nocom has got past Nazir Azman. So Nazir Azman in the red Porsche, beautiful red Porsche. Oh, he runs wide. Oh, he gets tagged. Oh dear, gets tagged by Chris Chong. Chris decides to wait for him to let him go so he doesn't get a penalty. That's quite smart. Oh no, but then there's more contact for Nazir Azman. Nazir is one of these drivers that often does get tagged by drivers. I don't know why. He just has a big sign on the back of his car in previous editions where it says, "Please hit me." So he was looking quite good in the top 10, and now he drops back down to 17th position.
Got a feel for Nazir. He's very hardworking. We see him a lot at the academy as well, coming down for lessons. He's fast when he puts it together, but he's just got to limit these mistakes and try and keep it out the walls.
Yeah, but
6th, 7th, 8th, the youngest drivers on the grid all together as well, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, there we go. Yannick there, followed by Yevin, and of course Axel Nocom from Philippines. I think Axel's 9 and the other 2s are like 12. So some great battles there. But back at the front, Matrillo there, looking nice in the lead. Just pulling away a little bit of a small gap, 6/10. Then Joriel Cruz in 2nd position, Edward Wong in 3rd, and just behind him Henry Coe. So Edward Wong's managed to get past Henry Coe as well when Henry Coe ran wide a lap ago at that very corner.
Lucky for that Lotus, it doesn't really give off much of a much slipstream because it's so much smaller than the rest of these cars. So it's kind of a a blessing that he's in the Lotus at the front, so he won't be able to get caught down that massive long straight at the back. But the Porsche and the Lotus at the front, pulling away a bit. It looks like Wong is struggling a bit in the BMW, maybe with tyre wear or just getting this boat around the corners.
Wow, okay, bad news. Francis Angelo Gonzalez from Philippines has been disconnected. Such a shame. He's such a quick driver and he would have been challenging in the top 5 positions, maybe even the podium. So, it's such a nightmare when you put in all that hard work and then you get disconnected quite early on. So, yeah, but that's the name of the game of online racing. There's some of the problems we have. A little bit further back, the David brothers, one of them's gone right to the back. Yannick David, recovering from a spin. He's gone right to the back. Shame for him. As he falls out of the top 10, way right at the back. His brother Yevon David's up there. Axel Nocom is with him as well. Mutuc is shadowing these 2 drivers as well from the Philippines.
Yeah, Yevon's got a bit of a gap now to 5th place, but now with clean air, maybe he can just push on forward and close the gap a little bit.
Yeah.
The fighting does look quite close. Everyone's kind of the same pace range as we saw in quali, as he runs a bit wide there. But I think in race room, it's actually on the curb, so you need 2 wheels on the curb rather than 2 wheels over the white line to make a track limit.
Yeah. So Yevon doesn't have the company of his brother anymore. And he's now got Axel Nocom all over the back of him. He's watching Yevon go through Parabolica. He'll be looking at the mirror now and seeing how far the car behind him. He's going to give a big slipstream to the car behind. And you can see we're on board with him now, but you watch from the rear wing, and you can see Nocom getting closer and closer in the slipstream. I'm surprised he's not tucking right up in the slipstream. Maybe this is the inexperience of Axel. But maybe it's deciding he doesn't want to get too close. So far, so good as they keep it nice and clean. But look at the train of cars just following Yevon, stalking Yevon in 6th position.
Yeah, he's got to try and focus ahead now, keep his eyes out the mirrors, because it'll just kind of stress him a bit more.
Back at the front. Joriel Cruz looking down the inside of Matrillo into turn 1. Not really overtaking position unless you're really alongside, but he's definitely getting very close.
Yeah, pressuring him now. We're seeing Matrillo kind of pinch the corners a bit more on the entry. You'll see him do it into the hairpins as well. On braking, he kind of just comes in a bit more. So he's just trying to keep it safe and not allow Cruz to come down the inside. You'll see him come to the inside now, I think, on brakes.
Oof.
Yeah, but compromises exit here, so...
Yeah, so Matrillo choosing to defend there, has compromised the exit. Fortunately for him, Cruz, who we're riding on, is not close enough as they go through turns 7 and 8. The Lotus looks really good through these section of corners. Quite nimble and pulls away a bit from the Porsche.
Yeah, to that middle sector where it's the faster and tighter corners, it seems to be doing a lot better in the technical side. Yeah, but on the brakes and on the exit of those really tight corners, I think Matrillo's kind of shooting himself in the foot there. Yeah.
So we'll just go back a bit. Joriel Cruz in 2nd, Edward Wong in 3rd, Henry Coe in 4th. A big gap then for Yevon David. I don't know what happened to Zikri. Zikri must have made a mistake because now Zikri is right behind Yevon David, and Axel Nocom has dropped back as well. So behind Zikri there we have a big fight there between Mutuc, Jonathan Takumi Lee and Axel Nocom right on the back of the 2 of them as well. And Nocom going down the inside now. Well, he's looking cool, nice and close there as he comes out of the Parabolica. He's got cars in front of him, he's got cars to the left. Takumi Lee's got a better drag out of the last corner. Wow. Side by side to turn 14. Turn 13.
5th to 10th, it's a 3-second gap. These guys are super tight.
Whoa, Takumi Lee brakes super wide. Wow, he just makes that work.
Lucky not to T-bone that car.
Yeah, he's super late on the brakes there. Managed to survive a day. A little bit further back. Yevon David runs wide. He runs wide again. And Zikri's got back in front of him. But David now looking to the inside. Zikri's gave him space. I'm surprised Yevon didn't continue down the inside. Decided to go to the outside, so that allows Zikri off the hook. Maybe Yevon to the switchback. He goes to the switchback. He's on the inside now for turn 2. Will he be able to hold it though? Oh no, Zikri's going to come back at him. Zikri's got the inside for turn 3. Holds the inside, gets a better traction out of the corner, and Yevon falls back to 6th position.
Robbing his racing, but Yevon's going to have a good chance here to slip down the inside of turn 5. Turn 6, sorry.
Decides not to send it. I'm a little bit surprised. Oh, he runs Zikri wide there. That might be one for the stewards to look at. But Zikri's not over yet. He's got the inside for the next corner.
Oh, leave the space, buddy.
That's just about okay, I think. And Zikri's got back that position. Wow, excellent driving by the two drivers.
Is he going to go back down the inside? No.
Ooh, he thought about it. He did it.
Yeah, a combination of just putting his nose in there, and I think Zikri just outbraking himself a touch allowed Yevon to sneak back down the inside.
Takumi Lee also having contact right behind him from Singapore. Oh, look at that. Mutic coming back. Mutic is a very hard racer. Again, those contact points are going to rack up the incident points. Wow, this fight's going to go all the way to the end. I hate to leave this fight, but we got to go back to the front because Joriel Cruz has got back in front of Matrillo. Matrillo tries to take it back. Wow, it's turning into a 3-way fight for the lead, 4-way fight for the lead as Henry Koch starts to close the gap on these 3 as well. Cruz in front though as they go to the last corner. Just seem to get Matrillo down that long back straight. I don't think maybe the Lotus is as quick as the Porsche and the BMW in a straight line, although it's obviously very nimble through the corners.
Yeah, it's going to be tight in the top 3 here. 3 different manufacturers, top 3 positions. This is the fight of the manufacturers and the 2 Filipinos at the front, 1 Malaysian. But yeah, very diverse fight in the front.
Well, we're riding on board with Francis Matrillo, the Copper Class champion, let's not forget, from Global Edition 3. Oh, he messes the exit up there and compromises the exit big time, and that allows Joriel Cruz to just pull away in front. Braking for turn 6 now. Oh, super braking, just diving to the apex. Perhaps he feels that's the faster line. Will compromise his exit, but nothing wrong with it really, because he has closed the gap to Cruz right now.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Maybe Cruz kind of scuffed his exit touch, getting on that exit curb. But yeah, these 3 are pulling away from 4th place Ko, who's now about a second behind Wong.
Wow, oh, he dives down the inside. Good move. The drivers giving each other space, lots of respect. Oh, runs him off track a bit though. There was an overlap, but he's allowed Cruz to come back at him. I think that's fair racing. Now, ooh, braking for turn 10. 11 and 12. Now Francis makes it back through. But the trick is, who's got the pace down the straight? Who's looking quick? And on the very outside there, Edward Wong. But let's go ride with Cruz. Let's see if he's got the straight line speed to try and close it. And look at that. Yeah, he's in the slipstream too.
Yeah, Matrillo choosing to defend really early. It was a great move earlier. It just caught Cruz napping. But he can't help to think that Lotus is a bit of a sitting duck down the straight. Maybe the BMW got past as well, actually.
Nah, but look. Oh, and then Henry Ko from miles away. What was he thinking? That's going to get him a penalty for sure.
Oh, dear. It's almost like he was kind of watching the battle with us and forgot about his braking markers.
Yeah, that's a big mistake, and that's put him back down as well. But more importantly, it's compromised Cruz, who's now dropped back from 1st to 3rd position. He's got the slipstream though, and will he go past? Yeah, he looks like he's got the inside, and Edward Wong lets him go for now. 1 minute to go. This is the last lap. Oh, and look at that. Edward Wong just gets back down the inside again. They're just swapping positions side by side here.
3 switchbacks in one corner, casually. Oh, I have a feeling this might end in tears.
So come down to turn 6 as you can overtake here, but Cruz has got the inside. We are on the last lap of the race, and these drivers are running out of time to win this race. It's allowing Matrillo and the Black Lotus to just pull out a gap with just, what is this, 2/3 of a lap to go, and a bit further back, Zikri is fighting with Yevon David still. But Zikri's in front for now.
Going back to Cruz, I think he might have damage. He looks like he's struggling to get the front in now through the corners. Oh, Zikri and Yevon. Oh, where's Yevon? He's got disconnected.
Oh no, he's been disconnected.
Oh, he's disqualified. Disqualified, I think. He's still on the server. He's just at the back in 21st now.
Yeah, I think he just picked up too many incident points, so Yevon goes all the way to the back.
Oh,
Back at the front, though, Matrillo is leading the race, and it looks like he's going to win it. There's only one sector to go, but there's a big fight for second position, and let's ride with Edward Wong in third position. The Malaysian looking all over the back of Joriel Cruz's Porsche.
He's got to send it, but it does look far.
Is it too far, though? Oh, look, Cruz is going down the inside. There's still space on the inside if Wong wants to use it.
It's a bit far anyway, isn't it?
Maybe it goes for the switchback, though, Alistair. Can he do it? Oh, almost spins. Almost spins. That's it. It's done. Cruz is gone. And he's away. And Henry Coe's too far back as well. But let's watch the victor. Francis Matrillo. He had pole position. He had to fight really hard at Cruz, but he manages to hold on for the win. Great result for him. Joriel Cruz in second. Edward Wong in third position. Henry Coe, quite fortunate to keep fourth position. And further back, Zikri holds on to fifth. Axel Nocom in sixth position. Mutuch in seventh. Jonathan Takumi Lee in eighth. Whoa, Rodrigo Adisamito from Indonesia in ninth position. We did not see him at all race. Good job by him to get in the top 10. And Sri Murugan rounds out the top 10. Good job by the Malaysian there. He was quite far back in the early laps, but to get in the top 10, he'll be quite happy with that. Chris Chong in ninth. Yannick David recovered up to 10th position, but poor Yevon David got disqualified on the last lap, probably for incident points. It's too much contact, too much off-track action, so he scores no points. But the guy in first position, Francis Matrillo, he will be ecstatic with that race. And it's the top 15 that will get reversed for race 2, which that means Adrian Ferguson. I used to race with a driver called Adrian Fernandez. Very good Mexican driver. But yes, Adrian Ferguson will start from pole position for race 2.
Yeah, Adrian Ferguson, Stratus driver, a Masters go-kart driver as well. Really, really good on in a kart, along with Yannick and Yevon.
Yeah, I've raced Adrian because I'm in the Masters class, and he kicked my butt.
You have, haven't you?
Yeah. So good driver.
Yeah, but going back to Henry Coe, the guys behind him weren't far behind. I think it was only a 5-second gap to the rest of them, wasn't it?
Yeah, those are the positions. Fastest lap for Joriel Cruz. Matrillo in first, Cruz in second, Wong in third, Coe and Zikri in fourth and fifth. Axel Nocom recovered well to sixth position. Mutuch from Philippines in seventh. Takumi Lee eighth. Adi Samanto in ninth. And like we said earlier on, who was it in 10th? Sri Murugan made it up to 10th position.
Cruz there with the fastest lap as well. So is that an extra 2 points, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, I think it's 2 points. So that was quite an exciting race. Race 1 was very much a normal race. Now we go to race 2. We have, I'm not sure if that's Ferguson on pole. We'll soon find out. Because I thought Takumi Lee might have been disqualified from that first race. I saw his name go down. I'm not quite sure if it actually happened or not. Yeah, so the yellow car will soon find out the starting order. But more importantly, the guys who finish at the front, Matrillo, who won, he starts in the mid-pack, and quite a few of the other drivers. You can look at that now. Okay, Kent Lau is in first position. Ferguson finished 16th, so he doesn't start on pole. But Lau gets a good start on the yellow car, and then Asman in the red car shared the front row, did not get a good start in the Porsche. See all the drivers coming through as they try and get to the front. Yannick David there in third position, so he's had a good start as well. But right at the front, though, it is Kent Lau who is holding on to the lead for now in the yellow BMW.
Yeah, drivers jockeying for position in the mid-pack there. That turn one's really crucial at the start. You just got to keep it really tight, not allow anyone to sneak down the inside where there's a gap. It looks like Lau's put in a bit of a gap now, which is good at the start.
Yeah.
Gaggle of cars here coming into turn 6 on the brakes. Any contact?
No. Oh, Nazir Asman there in the Porsche is getting swamped by BMWs. Takumi Lee has a good first half lap because he was down, I think, in quite far back in the grid. But he's now into 5th position, so a really good start by him. And behind Asman, Adia Samito from Indonesia, Mutic in 8th, Wong in 9th, and Ko round out the top 10. But let's go back to the front because Yannick David is all over the back of Kent Lau's car. Riding on board with Yannick David, the Sri Lankan. But Kent Lau has a good exit out of turn 10. And I'm not sure Yannick's close enough to have a look at overtaking into turn 11. No, he's not. Although Kent Lau does run wide. He'll get the switchback if he can get to the apex. He does get... Oh, he has to jump on the brake, though, and that's going to cost him a whole bunch of time. And it's going to allow Chris Chong to also close the gap to the front, too. But all three of them will be running nose to tail as they come onto the back straight.
Yeah, Yannick's gonna pick up a nice slipstream, same as Chong. Ooh, the top 3 might be going for 3 wide into this hairpin though.
Yeah, coming down into the hairpin now. And the side by side. Yannick David sends it down the inside and he makes it. He's into the lead.
Yeah, good move. He's in the lead. Just gotta keep it for the rest of the race.
Yeah, Chris Chong there in 3rd position, shadowing his one BMW 1-2. Wow, it's BMW top 7. Coming down the start-finish lap to start another lap. Oof, look at that. Ooh, coming down, wide down. Takumi Lee down the inside of turn 1. It's a brave move. It's not much of a braking zone into turn 1, but he just managed to do it. Oh, and Kent Lau gets a wiggle on. Oh, someone spins just behind him. I think that's Calvin. Yes, that's Calvin Ha, unfortunately, as he spins right down to the back. Oh, he's got... Oh, yeah, shame. He's going to... Oh, when you have to reverse after a spin, that takes forever, and he's right at the back. And even Adrian Fernandez, Ferguson is through. So, yeah, Calvin Ha, right at the back. Back to the front, though. Chris Chong is in 2nd position.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars going into quite tight space. I think turn 1 and 2 at Shanghai is notorious for that, isn't there? Just having little contact at the top of the hill, even at the bottom, breaking into turn 3. Yeah, I think they're going to start gapping a bit more now. Yannick's doing well to keep ahead of Chris Chong. Chris looking really racy as well. Within 5/10, so if he keeps patient, he will be right in the slipstream for that long straight.
Yeah, so looking, yeah, so oof, you're looking down the apex there, not really close enough. I think you braked a bit too early there and you had to just climb all over the apex. Let's see who some of our winners from the first race. Wow, Francis Matrillo though, he's way down, he's made no progress at all, stuck in 13th position. I think he's made 2 positions. That's not what the race 1 leader will have liked. Edward Wong, who finished 3rd, he's a bit further up, and 2nd though position. Joriel Cruz, he's had a great first couple laps, and he's up to 7th position.
Yeah, it almost looks like the Porsches and Lotuses are struggling to battle now, because the BMW is just so quick in a straight line. It looks like they're struggling to get down the inside, or even within contention for a braking zone for the upcoming corner.
You have to say the BMWs are quick in a straight line.
We do give them ballast.
Yeah, we do give them 10 kilos ballast. Because of that straight line speed, but look at Cruz. Yeah, the BMW is very quick in a straight line, but Cruz, you know, he's very quick. He could have won race 1, finished 2nd race 1. Oh, dives down the inside. Great move there. Comes from really far back. He's in, and as the shadows deepen for race 2, as we are in the evening now, Nani holds onto that position. He's up to 6th position. Next up, Ridorilo Adisamito from Indonesia.
Yeah, sun setting. The sun will be in their eyes down here into the tricky braking zone of turn 6.
Well, Chris Chong's in the lead. We missed it just off camera. Chris Chong has got past Yannick David. You were saying he looked racy, weren't you, Alistair? And he's made it through.
Yeah, he's looking racy. He looked quick. He's just got to pull away a bit now. Yannick needs to play this smart because this is going to be detrimental to his race. He could go for a risky move like that, or he could just wait a few more corners till that big, long straight and not cut corners like that. He's feeling the pressure now from third as well, I'm sure.
Wow, and Takumi Lee's looking really good. He's all over the back of him right now. Jonathan from Singapore in the great... Ooh, thought about going down the inside, decided not to in the end because I think he saw the first two cars in front of him just braked super, super late. But Jonathan knows if he gets a good... Yeah, just get down to the apex, keep your foot smash to the floor, and get a good exit. Look to get back in the slipstream, Takumi. Yes, he does. There's going to be pick up a strong slipstream here, and who knows? He could be first by the time we get to the end of the straight.
But Yannick's pulling away in the slipstream behind Chris Chong.
I wonder if Lee just might have short-shifted a bit too much. Didn't use all the power.
It did sound like he short-shifted a bit into third, didn't it?
Yeah, oh, there, Yannick goes, oh, and no, clumsy by Lee. And he spins Chong round, and that's allowed Yannick David to have a clear run at the front.
Early Christmas present for Yannick David, now leading by 2 seconds. Yeah, it's interesting to see how much these cars can just whack the mid-curb through the corners. Unlike the F4s, where the F4s have to be a bit more timid and careful, these GD4s monstering every curb they can.
Yeah. So looking back for this battle for the lower podium positions, and Lee's still in second at the moment. Oh, but then it's another contact. Oh no! Adi Samito spins out. He was doing a really good job there, but I'll tell you who that has benefited. It's Joriel Cruz in the Porsche. Look at that, up to P3.
Yes, Cruz doing really well, back in the podium position. Yevon's also catching up in 5th. Our previous race winner, Matrillo, is still in 12th. He's really struggling in the Lotus to get past people. Chris Chong, who was leading the race momentarily earlier, down in 8th.
Yeah, such a shame for Chong. We'll have to review that later. I wouldn't be surprised if he sends a protest in. But yeah, such a shame. He was really doing a good job. And now back into 8th position. Further back though, Hassan is looking good there. We haven't talked about Sharizan Hassan for a while. He's been a regular ERGP runner. He's been very quick on occasion. We've seen him win in this class before. So, yeah, but been a bit quiet lately. And he's got, look, Petrillo in the Black Lotus, the winner of race 1, is all over the back of him. Right on board with Matrillo. Doesn't have the straight line speed of the BMW, so he has to try and sometimes dive down the inside. Ooh, that's right on the limit. I think he might be okay.
He's got to get the exit now.
He's got to get the exit. Oh, he gets down to the apex. Oh, he has to lift. He has that small lift. That's going to cost him time. I would just send it to the outside there and try and get in the slipstream because he's got the space. But
yeah, he's got to push to the outside. I think he's trying to defend early, but it's not really benefiting him because the guy can just get in the slipstream again.
Oh, Yevon David. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, this is Yevon David. It's Yannick David's at the front, sorry. Makes a move there. Takes a position.
Takumi Lee's slowly bringing down the gap to Yannick. It was 2.1, it's now 1.7, 1.8. Do you think he can catch him in 6 minutes?
Whoa, the 6 minutes, it's going to be close. Yeah, I think he can catch him. That's a very possible gap. Oh no, Yevon spun. Oh dear, dear, dear. You can see him on his face. He's trying to get back. Oh, look, no, it's a disaster. He'd done a great job because he'd started right at the very back to get up into the, was it 6th position, I think. Oh, such a shame.
The BMWs do like spinning at the top of that hill, don't they?
Yeah. We were just talking about Takumi Lee earlier on. Is he closing that gap now to Yannick David at the front? Oh, still a long way to go.
Yeah, it's hovering through that 1.82 second margin. But now he's got Cruz right on his back. Yeah, Cruz in the Porsche is really catching him through those faster corners as well as the more technical bits through here. But down the straight, these BMWs just power through.
Further back, Mutic and Zikri is having a nice battle. Zikri in 11th position. Oh, is he close enough? Oh, he tries to get a good exit out of turn 10. And he does get a good exit, but is he close enough to send it down the inside of turn 11? That is the question. Not really at this point.
Yeah.
So with 4 minutes remaining, Alice, what would drivers be thinking about at this point? Was it still just flat chat?
As a driver, it depends. If I was Cruz right now, I'd be going down the inside, and I'd want to build a gap and try and catch Yannick ahead, because I know I'm quick. I set the fastest lap in the race before. I know I'm quick. I know I can catch Yannick. So I'd be trying to cut through these positions as quick as possible, because Cruz is in a prime position to take the win.
Wow. So they both braked so late there. Takumi did a really good job almost to get around the outside, but he just ran out of track and was not able to do it. And that's it. Cruz is through to second. And like you said, can he hunt down Yannick David? That is the big question. As he come across the start-finish line. What's that? 2 more laps to go? 2 more laps to go. Further back, though, let's watch the leaders. Sri Murugan there having a great battle with Matrillo. Whoa, side by side through the last corner. And they take the escape. Oh, what happened to Matrillo? Is he still there? No, he's gone.
Disqualified.
Wow, too much contact and he goes over the limit and Matrillo gets sent back to the pit lane. Naughty boy. Oh, wow. So he'll be happy with race 1. Not so happy with race 2.
Meanwhile, Cruz is living up there. You know, he finished second in the last race. He's on the card to take maximum points in the second. Yeah, Cruz is going to be leading this championship if he can keep the top 2 positions.
Yeah, he's not exactly cruising, but yeah, he's doing a good job anyway. Yes, he needs to make sure he stays there. He also needs to think about the championship Cruz does, because if he does something silly and gets taken out, you know, we've seen so many drivers get disqualified on the last lap by going over incident points. So this is a tough thing. Even if he could close the gap to Yannick, how much risk does he really want to take to try and take the lead?
Yeah, exactly. If I had like 10 points before I got disqualified, I'd probably sit behind a bit and really make sure I want to make that move, because people have been disqualified non-stop for the first 2 rounds of this Global Edition 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just got to be careful. But he's on the tail now, 5 tenths, 3 tenths, I'm guessing, 2 tenths. Wow. He's going to be right in the spot for Slipstream as well.
Wow.
Yannick's going to be defending for his life, though.
Yeah, he must have made a mistake. He must have made a mistake somewhere.
Yeah, it looks like he ran a bit wide through Parabolica, just got his outside wheel on the curb, and that's just sends cars wide. Leave a space! Switch back? Not quite.
Not quite. Yevon does a great job at getting the good exit, and he's holding on to the lead for now. But you really feel it's just a matter of time. Oh, look at that! Joriel Cruz, great exit out the last corner.
Yeah, one of the best feelings just watching the car in front not rotate it as nice as you when you're that close, right?
Yeah, and he's through. Oh no!
Oh, he's outbraked himself. I think Yannick has. Oh no, he's made a stick.
Wow, good job there by the young Sri Lankan. Yannick David holds on for the lead. We are on the last lap. Oof, small contact again.
Oh, careful, Cruz. He's got to play it smart now. He knows he's quicker. He's got to be patient and just wait for that happen at the end. He could be past Yannick before the corner even if he plays it right. Yeah,
what was that? Small contact there. I was surprised Cruz didn't send it down the inside. I thought he was close enough. But now as they come down the left-hander here, turn 7. And Cruz just has to be patient. You can't really overtake here.
Both of them missing the apex there.
Yeah. Can't overtake you. Oh, well, I tell you, Cruz is in the right spot though. If he gets good exit out of here, he can go down the inside for this next left-hander.
Nah, it's a bit far. Just
Oof.
stick on his tail and wait for that happen, and he will have the move. And look at that, Takumi Lee's getting closer to them as well. Oh, look Show to the inside. Is he going to go for the move?
Yes! Down the inside he goes! Ooh. Makes the move! Oh! Yannick then is... Oh!
Yannick's in a position to pick him off before that happened, though. We know that BMW is quick in a straight.
Yeah.
Just got to hold it for 3 more corners. Joriel Cruz has.
So Takumi Lee's also right on this. He's right on the back of that. It's a three-way thing. Oof. Come down the last corner. Oh, they all decide to brake really late. Yannick David sends it down the inside. Wow, he somehow made that. They're going to have to look at that at the stewards race. So I'm so surprised Joriel Cruz did not cover the inside. Still there though. Now inside the last corner. Oh, he's on the inside. He makes the corner. It doesn't push the drivers off side by side. Crosses the line.
Not yet. This is the line here. It's Cruz.
2 1,000ths of a second. Cruz wins that by 2 1,000ths of a second. Yannick David in second. Takumi Lee third. Edward Wong in fourth. Look at all the drivers coming through. The slew of BMWs. Kent Lau in fifth. Chris Chong in sixth. Axel Norcom.
Wait,
Henry Ko. Sherzan Hassan.
I think
Ziggy
Yannick
ran out the top
could
10.
have won that. I think the timetable might be slightly wrong at the moment.
No, I think a Cruz won that because across the finish line is the start finish line, isn't it? It's not the usual exit line. They had to drag all the way to the start line, not the finish line. I think that's allowed Joriel Cruz to win race 2. Despite starting in the midfield. What a good job by Cruz. The Filipino, wow, he'd be so happy with that. Actually, the timing board says 0:00. They were actually at a dead heat. I think they were 2,000ths of a second. That's the closest finish we've had in eRGP. Closest finish in eRGP we've had so far. Okay, so look at that. Cruz in first position. Yannick David in second. Takumi Lee in third from Singapore. Edward Wong for the Malaysian based in the UK fourth. Axel Norcom made a good recovery there to fifth. Henry Ko in sixth. Sherzan Hassan in seventh. Muhammad Zikri eighth. LJ Mutic in ninth. And from Indonesia, Adisa Smito in 10th position. Rounds out the top 10. Yevon David managed to recover to 11th position with Sri Murugan in 12th. Yevon David, he got that spin, so really good job there to recover. Further back, some disqualifies. Matrillo, though, he'll be the one that struggles the most because he did not get any points. Race 1 winner. Henry Ko there, fastest lap as well. With nice fastest lap by there. Maybe the racecraft was a little bit too leery at times, but Henry Ko, really good job there to be position 8th. Thank you very much, Alistair Young. That was awesome. Thank you for the commentary. Very good indeed. See you later. I know you're going to go do some sim driving yourself now. We'll get a whole new commentary team for the silver class coming up right after this. But yeah, at the moment that was very, very exciting race. 2 1,000 separated the winner from second position in the end. So what a great race. The closest finish we've ever had in eRGP. Oh, friendly face.
That was pretty exciting. I was privileged to be able to watch that and to listen to Alistair learning his trade as a commentator. Very good stuff. 2 1,000th of a second. And that dueling in the last lap. Top draw. Little young Yannick, though, he must be devastated to lose that because he was in the lead for so long.
Yeah, well, Yannick's a karter. He's been doing karting for many years. So he'll be used to close finishes. A lot of close racing in that class of racing. But yeah, that's going to sting. That's really going to sting. I'm sure he's bouncing up and down across the living room with his dad. But yeah, it's part of racing. I'm sure he'll get it next time.
So season 4 is well and truly underway. We've had 2 classes. We've got the silver and gold still to come. And we're changing format, Alex. Quick word about that just before we go to a break.
That's right. Silver and gold, we go to 40-minute races, the no reverse grid races. So that's going to be exciting. But yes, let's go to this break.